up, everybody? I thought about this. I never really showed you guys around the car or talked about the features or talked about why I decided to go with the BMW 435 M Sport. Now, first, I think I'm gonna give you guys a tour. Now, the first video of me, I guess not really picking it up, or me picking it up, or me getting it in my possession, that was like the first video, or just, it was kind of new to me. I was a little ecstatic. I had some more time to get to enjoy and love my BMW. Now, I haven't done any full-on modifications because I have to get it inspected, but let's just take a look at it. I'll give you guys a little more in-depth, and then we're gonna go over why I actually chose this car. There's a bunch of different reasons on why I chose this car, or I guess we say the 435 M Sport. First thing, we're gonna start with the exterior. We're gonna go to the outside. Now, this car is optioned with the LED light, and they look amazing. They are stunning. There's a lot of options out there with the regular by Z9 HIDs. That's what I had on my previous car, the F10 series, link in the corner. And I will say that these are leaps and bounds ahead of those lights. At night, they give you a real crystal blue. The HIDs gave you a little more white. This gives you a real crystal blue. They look extremely nice. They do their little dance thing when you start up the car. 10 times better. Now, this car did not come optioned with the fog lights, or 5 different types of radiators in the front, which means your intercools and everything. But it didn't come with the fog lights. I'm not too upset about that. This car, like I love active aero, I guess you can say, and it has a lot of it. It has, the ducting right here, and it's actually go through, and then you have this to pull the brakes, and you have this side fin right here to escape, for the air to escape around the tire. Like, all of this stuff is functional, and I love it. You have the stagger setup, 225, so was it 225 40s in the front and 255 35s in the rear. Right here we have the dual exhaust tips. That's specific on your 435 and 440 models. The 430 and the 428 models have the 2 pipes on one side. The trunk is not power, unfortunately. However, you can store a lot of stuff in there. I like it because it's a little feature where, well, it's not a feature, but it's a little compartment. You can lift that up. I lift it up and I have my jack underneath. Now, these cars don't come with jacks because they come with run flats. However, if you know anything about me, I'm getting rid of the run flats. Moving on to the car, you have the 19-inch BMW 442M wheels. These are dope. Majority of the time, they either come in all gray like this, or machine face and black paint on the inside. Super dope. I love them. I wouldn't have got this BMW without any other wheel. They have another 19-inch option, but I think that's a little bit earlier in the time. Now, this car does come with the BMW Brembo fronts. These are Brembo fronts. They are 4-piston calipers in the front, and in the rear, unfortunately, you get your regular BMW calipers. They're terribly rusted. I definitely feel with that. But you get your regular calipers in the rear. That's no big deal, partly because 70% of the braking is done in the front anyway. Now we're gonna go into the car. You have your window tint. You're gonna go in. Now, when you first look inside, you could tell that this steering wheel is amazing. It has very thick bolstering. It's like amazing. The dash it looks fairly decent. I'm coming from the land of my 5 Series, so the 5 Series instrument cluster looks fantastic. If you go over here, you can see you have this wood trim that's gonna get replaced. Or if not wrapped over. You have the Harman Kardon system, which I will say sounds amazing. Frameless windows. I'm really getting used to that. It's a little weird grabbing the door for opening and closing, but we're gonna go ahead and stick yourself in. Now, I am 6'3", really heavy on the side, so I'm like 230 or 240. We're gonna get in and fit in really easy. How can I say? I have the seat position. Now, it's very open area. It does seem a little small in here. However, once you open that, you get some light in, and it makes it look night and day. The screen is pretty nice. Has that toaster oven type screen. I have the sports display on it now. And this is the infotainment. This is like your radio section right here. These buttons are touch, so you just put your hand over it and you can assign different functions. So if I want to call Jim, Tim, or Larry, whoever, I could just press it, but if I wave my hand over it or touch it a little bit, it'll just let me know what that function does. BMW's had that for a bit. It has the stop start button with the automatic stop start. I'm definitely changing the color on this, blue or red, don't know yet. This is the climate control. It is dual zone, however, it has one fan function. My 5 Series came with 2 fan functions, and I didn't realize how much I actually like that feature. You have your auto dimming mirror. This lights up red to let you know the motion sensor is activated. Garage buttons. North, south, east, west compass right here. Comes with the LED lights from factory. Interesting thing I noticed, when you have this door open, only one side lights up. And the middle lights up, obviously, but one side lights up, one map light, and when you open the other door, the other one, or you have your buttons right here where you can change it. You have the airbag off passenger. This right here is for the sunroof, and the SOS button in case you find yourself in a jam. It's pretty good. These are pretty small, but I guess it's a coupe and the low window or whatever. That is my dash cam review in the upper whatever side corner about my dash cam. Just installed it. Really clean black interior, but that got a surprise on the interior. Got a lot of things coming for the interior. Got a lot of things coming for the exterior. Tune in, subscribe if you want to see the transformation of this car. You're gonna have your mind blown. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna reach into territories that I have never delved into before. Trial and error. Hey, come on, stay tuned. Let me be the test dummy. And if I fail, hey, listen, I failed. But you know what they say, you can't succeed until you fail, so you gotta keep trying. Anyway, like I said, I'm really feeling real comfortable. You have your, M logos here, M logos here. There's nothing that differentiates the M logo from the M Sport logo, I'm assuming. If they just put badges in, I guess, to make you feel a little more special. Let me move this out the way. You have your gear shift here. This is the sport gear shift. If you have the regular one, it's a little taller, looks a little bit more dingy. Paddle shift is on the wheel. I cannot express to you how nice and bolstered this wheel is. It is nice. You have your 10 and 2 grip notches right here. 9 and 3 feels really good too. I mean, the whole wheel feels good in my opinion. It looks like it's aging a bit. I'm going to try to do my best to maintain how it looks, and if it gets a little worse, I will definitely have it rewrapped. I like the leather over the Alcantara. I've never really owned an Alcantara steering wheel vehicle, so whatever. Black headliner, obviously, with the black interior. Sunroof, you do have to move it manually. That is a gripe, seeing as Audi and Mercedes don't really, I think they have the power set up, but whatever. A lot of speakers. You got good storage space in there. There's a snap-in holder for an iPhone, but it's like a 5 or 6. You have your manual e-brake. Leather wrap. You have sport mode, Eco Pro, park sensors and you can also press that for the backup camera, turn it off. It's pretty good. That's pretty much it. This storage thing really confuses me. This is for the cup holders. Cups go inside, or if you don't want to, whatever. You have a little tray right here with the another 12 volt and some storage. Glove compartment. Got all my stuff in there. Well, not that much stuff. Rear seat space, in my opinion, I don't know. I've never really sat in the rear of my car, but I'm going to now for you guys. So give me 1 second. I'm sitting in my back seat for the first time. I'm gonna put the seat back, and okay, I like it. It's a little tight. However, headroom, I'm kind of nipping the top a bit. If I take my hat off, I'll probably be halfway decent. I can see myself riding in the back seat of this thing for a total of, I would say after about an hour, I get a little bit, annoyed. And you have a center rest right here, but once you put the center rest, you have less space in the middle. It's a dedicated 2 seats in the back, because that is right there. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not too bad. If you lean over right here, I think I could last a little, like a road trip, maybe, 3 hours, maybe if I'm leaning right here. There's a lot more space than I thought would be in the back. However, I didn't buy this car to sit in the back, so we're gonna go back in the front. One thing that I do find is very useful is this button to move the seat up. It's amazing. Wait, a little bit cheap quality control for BMW. What's going on? What's going on? Huh? You could pass that up. That's one thing I really did enjoy about my 5 Series was that, like, you've seen none of that kind of stuff. It's like fit and finish was amazing. I pretty much showed you guys my car. Now we're gonna go into why I got this car. Now there's a bunch of different reasons. The number one reason is because I'm a BMW fanboy. No, the number one reason is because I looked at other options, obviously competing with these. Now originally I was going for more of a Grand Coupe setup, so that would be more of your Audi S5 Sportback. Honestly, Mercedes didn't really, CLS, but they really didn't have a smaller one. I was gonna go with more so of the C-Class or even the E-Class, like the C43 AMG or the E43 AMG. I was gonna go with the Audi S5 Sportback. I was even looking at the S4, B9, and I was looking at the 440, and that's about it. I mean, I delved in a little bit, and I was like, maybe I'll get a Mustang or Challenger, but then that quickly decided that wasn't gonna happen. But I like my German cars. Now, the number one reason why I decided to go with my 435 in a coupe, because Grand Coupe, I love the look. However, I just wanted to try something a little new and go with 2 doors because the way, I don't know, just the way it swoops down and the handling characteristics I think are better on the coupes versus the Grand Coupes. I do want the hatch, and I don't have the hatch, so I'm a little disappointed in that, but hey, whatever, you gotta give to get. Now, back to the number one reason on why I got this car was pricing. Now, if you compare this to the C43 AMG, if you compare this to the Audi S5 Sportback, if you compare this to the Audi S4, you'll notice that the prices are different. However, because Audi and Mercedes did their refresh later on than BMW did. BMW did also come out with a 440, which price is actually pretty high on that too. And I wanted to get something that was fairly easy to obtain so that I can modify it or spend too much money on it. Now those other options, the C43 AMG would have been a lot of money, and it would have been far and few in between modifications that I could have done to it and would have kept my pockets sane. This car, you could purchase this for high 20s, low 30s, and a decent spec, certified pre-owned, well optioned. And I recommend this car if you plan on doing extra things, and because the platform is extensive, this car has more potential, I guess, for performance increases than both the Mercedes and Audi counter products. And the 440 just came out, it's more money, there's a lot less things you could do with it as far as cracking the ECU. But yeah, so number one was price. You can get these for a heck of a lot cheaper, and like even your M4, I would have gotten like an M4 and M3, but here we go again with the money aspect of it. I wouldn't have enough money to do the things in my life, take care of my life, and afford to modify this car if it was an M3 and M4, and the insurance prices were insane. The Mercedes insurance price was high. The M3 and M4 insurance price was over the top for me. The Audi, I think the Audi might have came in just as low as this one. However, I chose this one. Now the interior, I will be honest with you, the interior, this is probably the worst interior you can get out of the 3 vehicles. However, it just is very sporty, and it does it enough for me. I do like a lot of gadgets and gizmos, but what I realize is that at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna have to own 2 cars one day in my life. One for straight balls out racing, or like, you know, going crazy, driving, having fun, and the other one for a luxury car. I forgot one reason that I decided to go with this car after taking a walk around looking at it. Rear wheel drive. You cannot get an Audi S5 Sportback in rear wheel drive. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think you can. I think it's all Quattro. All the ones that I've seen are Quattro. Pretty much probably you have to get it brand new if it's rear wheel drive. I will double check that. However, we're looking used here. If you cannot find a rear wheel drive BMW S5 and you cannot find a rear wheel drive C43 AMG, for the most part, you maybe dib and dabble here, but this is very easily obtainable, and I know the handling characteristics of these BMWs. They handle phenomenally. I drove a couple Mercedes rear wheel drive. They're not too bad, but they're different. And the Audis are all wheel drive. This one you could do, I don't know, I think this is my German, like I see this as like my German Hellcat or something, I don't know. But at the end of the day, rear wheel drive, that was an important factor in me getting this car. Rear wheel drive, it has, handling characteristics are amazing. You know, I had a lot of front wheel drive cars in my life, but once I went rear wheel drive with my F10 5 Series, it's been like I don't want to go back. And here we go. So this is pretty much the 3 reasons on why I got this car. We're gonna go over one more time. Price, with insurance, affordability, and be able to afford modifications and maintain a you know, decent lifestyle. And 2, the modification list is extensive. You have a lot of tried and true components tested out on this platform, and it's done very well, whether you have the X5 with the N55 motor or you have a 235 with the N55 motor. A lot of these have been tested and tried, and they've came out on top. They last, they can take a lot of power. And 3, because this is easily obtainable in a rear-wheel drive format, whereas the other ones are extremely difficult and or impossible. Other reasons on why I went with this car as opposed to the other cars, I don't know. I think it has the best look on the outside. You have, you know, the angel eye type of lights that's been on BMW since God knows when. Everybody knows a BMW when it comes on the road. There's no differentiation. It has this, it has that. No, you know when it's a BMW coming down the road. The Audis, trust me, they look good. And the Mercedes, they look good too. But I don't know. I like the way it looks. I like the way it, you know, it has that nice front fang look. I think it looks the most aggressive. The interior, I think it comes in last place. But exterior, I think definitely first place. Now, those are the 3 most important reasons on why I got this car. And listen, I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe. A lot more things coming. We're gonna get out of here. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go. I gotta start editing this stuff up. Don't want to take up any more time of you guys' day. See you again next Sunday and Wednesday. You take care, man. You have a good day. All right, later.